Hello, welcome. A few guidelines for our First Holy Communion children and for the parents who have been registering for the Sacrament of Holy Communion for the academic year 2020-21. My suggestion is to retain this video with the guidelines right through the academic year for your quick reference. Hopefully you have already filled in the registration forms and submitted them online. A copy of the baptism certificate of the child and a copy of the child's parents' marriage certificate will be required to be submitted once Sunday school begins in the church. A registration fee of ₹500, which covers the cost of the book, the photographs, the certificate, and other stationery as utilized during the academic year, will need to be paid once we meet up back in church. In case of your inability to pay this registration fee, you may discreetly inform your child's catechist. Once regular classes begin in church, please ensure that your child attends the children's mass every Sunday at 9 a.m. and the classes that follow immediately thereafter between 10 and 11 a.m. Kindly ensure that your child is dressed as befitting the Sunday Eucharist and is taught the common prayers and responses to the Eucharist at home. The Sacrament of First Holy Communion will be given to the candidates, mark in your calendar, on Sunday the 31st of January 2021 at a special Mass at 10:15 a.m. All candidates who want to receive the sacrament at a date later than the 31st of Jan 2021 will have to give in a written request not later than 5th of Jan so that a certificate of completion of course can be issued to the candidate. The First Holy Eucharist and Confirmation Catechesis in our parish is patterned on the program as designed by the Diocesan Catechetical Centre, Bandra, which is guided by the Vision of the Rite of Christian Initiation of Adults, RCIA, and its application to children as envisaged in the Rite of Christian Initiation of Children, the RCIC. The program follows the liturgical year as detailed below. From July to September, the program focus is on catechesis on God the Father. They will have the rite of presentation of the Lord's Prayer. On any day of the week preceding the 4th of October 2020, we urge you to conduct the vigil service with your family and your small Christian community members, as detailed in the candidate's book, Initiation to the Lord's Table, Session 9. On Sunday, the 4th of October 2020, at the 9 a.m. Eucharistic celebration, the candidates will be presented with the Our Father by their parents or by their godparents. We invite you to be present along with your child for the Mass and also invite the child's godparents if possible. Further, on that Sunday, 4th of October 2020, at the 9 a.m. Eucharistic celebration, we will invite parishioners to come forward and be prayer guardians, namely to pray for the children as they make their journey towards the day they will receive the sacrament. You are also welcome to become a prayer guardian to one of the other candidates. From October 2020 to January 2021, the focus is on catechesis on Jesus Christ and the Holy Spirit, and the rite of presentation of the Creed will be held one Sunday. Between Monday the 1st of January 2021 to Sunday the 7th of Jan 2021, we urge you to coordinate with your SCC animator to organize a preparatory rite in your local community with other families of First Communicants and community members. The flow of the rite to be followed is as given in the First Holy Communion Children's Manual Session 19 or the Confirmation Participation Handout number 28. On Sunday, the 10th of January 2021, at the 9 a.m. Eucharistic celebration, the First Holy Communicants will be presented with the Creed, namely the I Believe, by their parents or by their godparents. The parents need to be present along with the child for the Mass, and you may also invite the child's godparents if possible. The children will have the celebration of the first reconciliation on Thursday, 28th of Jan 2021. Session 21 of the Children's Handbook gives a guide to the format for the celebration of reconciliation. Please assist the children at home to make them comfortable to make their first reconciliation. Remember, children must go to the Sacrament of Penance before receiving Holy Communion for the first time. The Catechism of the Catholic Church, Article 1457. We have already begun remote preparations for the children by then in the class and need you to prepare the children through the steps of reconciliation. Practices for the Sacrament of First Holy Communion will be held every evening from the 25th to the 30th of Jan 2021. No child will be excused from any of these practices. Parents will also be invited to one of these practices in the latter half of this week. On Sunday, the 31st of January 2021, children will require to be present at 9:30 a.m. and the parents are also requested to be seated in church before time. A few other details and guidelines as you prepare your child for the date of First Holy Communion. Please note, we will appoint an official photographer to take pictures at the Eucharist and as the child receives communion. These photographs will be given to each child at a date to be announced later at no extra cost. Please instruct your family, friends and private photographers that they would not be allowed to photograph or record videos in the church to avoid any distraction to the child or those participating in the Holy Eucharist. Please ensure modesty and appropriateness of formal attire when choosing the clothes for the child for the First Holy Eucharist, and do give thought to the comfort of the child. Girls in white dresses and white shoes, boys in white suits and white leather shoes. While candles are permitted, veils and gloves, etc. are not allowed. They will not add to Eucharistic celebration and so should be ideally avoided. Please avoid expensive jewellery and accessories as we cannot take responsibility for items misplaced or lost. In case you have family members or friends who are Catholic priests and who would like to celebrate and also give the Holy Eucharist to the child at this celebration, please give a written note to this effect by the 5th of Jan 2021 informing us of the name of the priest and the name or names of the candidate or candidates. We would not be in a position to take any last-minute requests. The children will be given an envelope on Thursday, the 28th of January 2021, in which to make their love offerings at the Eucharist. In case you wish to make any other offering that would be beneficial to the Church, please meet me during office hours to discuss these details. A few other important instructions and announcements. If the child does not come from us and comes to class directly, the child will first be sent from us and shall not be allowed to attend class, and so would be marked absent for the day. 3 days or more being absent from Sunday class, the child's registration will stand cancelled. We need to emphasize that the parents need to take up their prayers and journey along with the child through family prayer and frequent visits to the Adoration Chapel. October end, children's prayers will be taken up personally by me in the presence of the parents. Children need to learn all their prayers by heart. Please check their notebooks and workbooks and sign on the day's work they have done so that the teachers also know that parents are taking an interest in their children's spirituality. All prayers are printed on the last page of the child's workbook. Certificates of First Holy Communion will be made only on the name as given on the child's baptism certificate. Excellent certificates are given to children who attend regular Mass, complete all their assignments, have at least 95% attendance and are attentive in class. Please do not come to me at the end of the year and ask or complain as to why your child has not been given a certificate. Please note, for girls, no straps or cut sleeves of their dress on Communion Day. A field trip or a sharing will be organized for the First Holy Communion children, and parents will have to make an additional contribution for the same. This will be undertaken on a public holiday. Over the last few years, we have had 3 sessions for all parents of children being administered the Sacrament of First Holy Communion. We intend to do the same this year after taking into consideration the overall situation in our city. I want to thank each and every one of you for your efforts in making the preparations meaningful for your children, and look forward to your continued support in making this sacrament a lasting memory for the child. In case you need any further clarifications or would like to discuss anything about First Holy Communion, please do not disturb the catechist during the class timings, but address all your queries to me during parish office hours. To all of you, be blessed and please stay safe.